What's up, everybody? I'm going to be sharing with you guys my go-to face routine. So first off, I'm going to prime my face with First Base Makeup Priming Spray. After I've allowed that primer to kind of settle in a little bit, I'm going to go into my Trio palette that has 2 concealers and 1 foundation. I have Concealer 6 for cream contour, I have Concealer 3 for under eyes, and then my foundation shade. I'm going to go in and I like to use my finger when applying, especially into my under eyes where I want the most pigment, and I just kind of tap it out underneath, and then I apply it anywhere else on my face where I need a little bit extra coverage with the concealer. The warmth from your finger will help it apply better, more pigmented, and just give it that little extra coverage that you might be looking for. You will see little sneak peeks of Serena throughout the video. Mom life over here. And so as you can see, I'm just applying a little bit more product. I do get red around my nose, on my chin, and my cheeks. So I just like to apply a little bit extra coverage. That Concealer 3 works perfect. And then I'm going to go into my favorite tool, which is the Blenderful. And I just like to blend out my concealer. That way, when my foundation goes on, it's not heavy in some areas, cakey in others. It just goes on seamlessly. Next, I'll go into my foundation, and I like to kind of swatch it on my face, on my neck, and my chest to make sure it's the right color. This is Due Date. The packaging is a little worn. And then I like to mix Due Date with my foundation. It helps give like this really pretty glowy finish. And also because I am dry, my skin type is dry, it just gives the extra moisture that I like. And then I always go in and set it with a powder so it won't move. This is a Morphe M444 brush. 3/4. And I really love it. It's very, very dense. It applies the product beautifully, and it just helps the foundation show up super pigmented. I got this at Ulta. You can also get it from Morphe.com. And then I will go in with my Blenderful just to blend everything out. The Blenderful just helps erase any of like brush strokes or anything like that. Next step is my Tarte Shapey Tape. I love this stuff. It's a liquid concealer, and I don't really use it to conceal because I've already done with that with my lLimeLife concealer. This is more for brightening, just because I'm a little extra. I apply it under my eyes, the center of my face mostly, anywhere where I want it to be a little bit brighter. And then I like to blend it out with my Blenderful. It works very well with lLimeLife's foundation, so if you have this product, it will work perfect with your foundation. Next up, cream contour. I can do a whole other video separate to this, but this is like my go-to thing. This is concealer number 6. I apply it to my cheekbones, along my hairline, my jawline, and a little bit down my nose. And a little bit really does go a long way. And then I will blend it out with my Blenderful. This is great for those who maybe aren't big fans of powder bronzers, or you can't seem to get your bronzer to blend right, anything like that. Cream contour is a lot more forgiving, and it's not as scary. Blendy, blendy, blend. And then one thing I like to do too, if I get a little low or I get a little messy, I can always pick up my lighter concealer that I had used, my concealer number 3, and I can clean up any areas that I need to. And then I want to make sure there's no makeup settling into my fine lines under my eyes. This is the Alcone. It's a translucent powder. I really love this for a loose powder. I like to bake my under eyes as I get older. I've noticed that my under eyes makeup kind of settles there a little bit easier, and so by using this baking technique, which I can do a whole other video on this, This just helps lock in my makeup. Also, if you struggle with being oily sometimes throughout the summer, depending on my skincare products I'm using, I've noticed that I can tend to get a little bit oily. I know I said I was dry earlier, but sometimes I can get oily. And I just like to apply this on my chin, on my nose, and then my forehead, anywhere where I notice that my makeup either tends to rub off a little bit easier or I get oily. This helps keep it locked in place. Now these, not the prettiest palette right now, but this is my pressed colored powder. I believe this is shade 3 and then 1. Shade 3 is my all over color. I just go everywhere where I did not apply the loose powder and just set everything in place. Because lLimeLife's foundation and concealer are wax based, they warm wax. What happens to wax when it warms up? It almost becomes like a liquid. It softens, it's movable, so your body temperature can help or can make it move, and so by setting it with a powder, locks it in, and it will help it last that much longer. I like to use the yellow shade as like a brightening shade. Not necessary, but I have it and I like to use it for that. Next up is my trio palette that has my bronzer, my blush, and my highlight. This is bronzer, I believe 3. If you have any questions or you want to be color matched for any of these colors, let me know and I would love to help you out. And then the blush is Pop, which is like a highlighter pink color. I like to use it very sparingly, and mixing it with my bronzer like I'm about to do it just helps it. It's gorgeous. It's my favorite combo. I love it. But back to being color matched. If you're interested in being color matched for our foundation or our concealer, let me know and I would love to color match you. That is what I am here for. And all I would need is just a picture. Oh, and I'm trying to show you here. Like this is pigmented, so tap it off and then apply it to your cheeks. It's a lot easier to apply more as needed than it is to blend away, or than to take away. If you go in a little heavy-handed with your blush, I was trying to show you could take your powder brush and go over it. Now I'm going to go into blush number 6, which is called Glowing, which I like to use as a highlight. It's this really pretty rose gold color, and it just makes you look like you're lit from within. And then next up is my setting spray, which is Time Setter, which is great for those dry skin types. We have Oil Strike, which is great for oily skin types. And now the lips. Light Nude Lip Liner all over the lips as a base. And then I will be going into Lipstick 110 all over. So this is a tube lipstick, meaning it's not going to last as long as like a liquid lipstick, but by having a lip liner underneath, it will last that much longer. You guys like my fancy new camera? I feel so legit. More videos coming your way. Oh, there's Serena. And that is the final look. I'm gonna get you all nice and close and personal. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And there's no, obviously I can't edit my skin on this video. There's no skin softening anything on this camera. This is what it looks like, and it's gorgeous. Don't you think? Don't you think? Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Back it up. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.